You may recognize our next guest from years of antics on the hugely popular show Impractical Jokers.
The Sarah Massler donor sat down with Joey Gatto to talk about his comedy tour, why he decided to leave Impractical Jokers, and the worst punishment he ever had to endure on the show.
Joe Gatto is here with us this afternoon. He is bringing his Night of Comedy tour to the Overture Center in March. Joe, thanks for taking the time to be with us.
Oh, very excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So you'll be in Madison, Wisconsin in March. You ever been to Wisconsin before?
Yes, I actually started my stand-up comedy career in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yes, all right.
That's my first place. Yeah, I did in January of 2022. It was my first solo stand-up show, and I did it in Appleton, Wisconsin, the Little Comedy Club. So now I'm coming. I've gotten bigger. I've gotten more people want to come out and see me. So here I go.
When you come here, what can people actually expect from a night of comedy with Joe Gatto?
I guarantee when you walk in the door, 3 to 5 laughs, and that's in your pocket. Like, you definitely have that. So I'm looking forward to that. But my stand-up show is a lot of fun. It's just me up there for an hour where I get to tell you stories about, my life. Of course, my time on Jokers, stories about my best friends from there as well. And then also a little bit more about me, being a father, how to mess with people and live an awkward life, and of course rescue dogs, because that's pretty much everything I do.
Well, you left Impractical Jokers and the comedy troupe Tenderloins, with the guys, Sal, Murray Q, earlier this year. So what was the reason behind leaving?
It was a bunch of stuff in my personal life, and I had to make a change, and then I had to figure out, how to be the best co-parent to my children, and just to rethink some things in my life, and the demands of the show were not something I could do anymore. So, I'm still friends with those guys. I hear that all the time. They're like, are you still friends with them? I was like, yeah, we were friends for 30 years before you even saw us. So I'm just not work friends with them anymore. We're just real life friends now.
Now you're going it alone, but you did kind of do stand up when you started out your career. So you have been alone, but so much recently has been defined by a group dynamic. How has it been to get back into that? I'm up here on stage by myself doing an hour of stand up.
Yeah, it's definitely, there's pluses and minuses for sure. You have nobody to blame if it goes terrible, but then you can take all the accolades if it goes great. So that's the big thing. But no, it's interesting because people did get to know me in that group dynamic, right? So now they get to know me one-on-one and just hear about me. And I was only responsible for 25% of the funny when I was on stage with the other guys. Now it's 100% up to me. So I really took to that challenge, and I'm very proud and excited.
I want to talk a little bit about the show. I mean, I'm a huge fan myself, and so I've got a million questions. But, the show, hidden camera show, you guys dare each other to do increasingly ridiculous things in public. Whoever fails too many of the games is the big loser. They do this punishment at the end. So I have to ask, Joe, you always seem so confident on the show and everything you do. You do a lot of the dares. But was there a punishment that was the worst for you?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, it's so funny because I did that for a decade of my life and over 300 episodes of television. And there's just still the one that just was hands down, not even close. The worst was when I had to steal the autographed baseballs at Citi Field. So that they had a Noah Syndergaard was signing autographed balls and throwing them into the stands, and he was in on it. So I just kept stealing each one and filling them with my fanny pack and telling all the fans they could buy them on eBay. So that was so terrible, just to be stealing dreams from children and putting them in the fanny pack.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that's not the greatest thing you could ever do. I mean, after the show, do you apologize to those kids? Do you say, I'm
sure.
sorry, it was all
we gave
a joke?
out all the balls. Yeah, we gave out all the balls. We made sure everybody was okay. Yeah, it was definitely it just feels so wrong in the moment, especially being a dad. It's like, oh, this poor kid.
Oh no. Well, now you don't have to deal with that anymore. You just have to stand up there, maybe crush some dreams on stage a little bit. But
that's it.
Joe Gatto, thank you so much for being with us. We're going to put tickets to the show on our website, WKOW.com. Really appreciate you being here, Joe.
I appreciate you having me. Thanks.